level. England just needing 1 point. Another corner conceded. 15. Dobchik is going to arrive late in the box. At the moment they haven't got anybody in the 6-yard area. Q went for it, Butcher went for it and got more of it. Chaubert. Held out by Stevens. Kozetsky. Just a touch. Tarashevich, the second touch didn't help him, but certainly helped England. But that just brushed off the top of the head, and then he came down and had the opportunity, but took the extra touch, Trevor.
He thought about shooting from that tight angle, but realised, I think, his teammates would have been too pleased, and then he had to try and clip it across, but England defenders got back well and headed it clear.
It's Waddle. And Rocastle coming up at the back, and it's a corner. Waddle certainly has looked the best of the England attackers. Just Lineker in the 6-yard area. Butcher just on the 18-yard line. Prepared for the run-in, and Robson coming behind him. It's Butcher, and it's a goal kick.
If hopefully England do hang on and at least get their draw, certainly one of the more worrying aspects for the World Cup next summer in Italy will be the fact that there's sort of 2-0 against Sweden and tonight as well. The lack of chances that are going in England games at the moment. It's okay not scoring, but the fact that chances aren't being created must be a worry for the World Cup final in the summer.
Rocastle. The rain, which had stayed its hand, is now starting to fall. Kozetsky. Tarashevich. And then trying to man all the ramparts. Away comes Stevens. And Lineker having to hold while he gets support. He's got it now from Waddle on the left. But there's a certain reluctance to come forward from midfield because the greater priority is not to leave any holes at the back. Waddle again. McMahon is up in the box there, alongside Lineker. Not a challenge by Butcher, but a perfectly fair one. Lineker in the middle. Beardsley. Out come the Poles. Chaubert not controlling it, perhaps the rain making the top surface a little more greasy. One or two not fancying the rain are beginning to make their way home. And this management will be pleased to see that. Already the empty seats are rather more conspicuous than those occupied. Stadium which holds 80,000, I doubt if there's more than about 18,000 at top whack. It was said that was the number of seats sold. The manager was very pleased when he heard that the crowd was going to be small. 10 minutes remaining. England 10 minutes away from qualifying for the World Cup. There are statistics about last defeats and things like that, but I will not tempt fate. Poles really on their first half performance have been very disappointing for the crowd in the second.
They just seemed to have run out of steam. They just couldn't get forward in the numbers that they were able to in those first 45 minutes. Probably a bit disappointed that they didn't get the breakthrough, and there's no doubt England have pushed up that little bit more from the back to work more as a unit rather than get stretched out as they did in that first half.
Good positive run. The fullback only finds McMahon, who offers the opportunity again. Butcher just got his head through it. Rocastle only just his foot. Beardsley just enough to put the shot off slightly from Podovcic. Two streamers of red and white being thrown onto the running track. This is where McMahon wins it once, but then actually, well, he seemed to have it. But in fact, he was well beaten. Header from Butcher. Camera angle a little bit tight to show you precisely what happened. Podovcic ended up with the shot as he was challenged by Beardsley. This is Stevens. Rocastle. Beardsley. Lineker. Waddle. The promising return. Bertok. It's not a performance certainly to be compared with going to play in Yugoslavia when a draw was needed. Victory gained in such an emphatic style. England with the point. Indeed, the suggestion if anybody's going to score, England have got as good a chance as Poland. Certainly wasn't the case in the first half when the Poles ran the match. Joined us a bit late. I should tell you that you're really seeing the better part of England. Kick against throw to be taken again. Wondering what Jekanowski had done. One or two of the Poles looking rather disappointed and bedraggled in the rain. Will seem for the locals even more grey tomorrow morning if England survive another 6 and a bit minutes. Waiting in the queues will seem that much longer. Offside. Choice of two, either Beardsley on the far side or Lineker in the middle. Given against Beardsley. 4 forward for Poland. 3 in the middle of the field. Jekanowski offers himself on the right, and the offside decisions against Bertok. Hasn't really been able to contribute very much. Stevens. Rocastle. Stevens. Into the last 5 minutes. Place in Italy so near. McMahon. Free kick given for the pullback. Nawrocki. And England really a team waiting at the hotel desk, waiting to be given the key to take their place. Waddle has come across to this side. Rocastle there with him. Brown Robson on the far side of the area. Butcher comes forward a little late. England in no hurry to take the kick. Waddle takes it. Butcher at the back. Stevens goes to collect the ball. Free kick. And Tchaikovsky. 3.5 minutes left. Not a memorable night in any way, save for the result, if we are to get it. But here's Chaubert. Somebody's lost the boot. I think it's Rocastle. Oh, what a disappointing shot from Robert Bashika.
Well, fingers crossed now. Just a couple of minutes to go, and I'm sure everyone would be delighted, as much as anything, for Bobby Robson, who's had to take a lot of stick over the last few months. But he's got his team, hopefully, to Italy with a battling performance rather than, as you say, Barry, a memorable one. And one really, and I'm sure the players will realise, it's been sort of a battle against really their attack. We've never really got forward as an attacking force, and hopefully, you know, we can improve as the months go on, leading up to Italy.
Beardsley. It's perhaps a team to get you to the finals and a team to do well when you get there, and that's the problem that Bobby Robson is going to have to resolve. Whether there are changes to be made that would improve our chances of impressing in the Italian finals. Significant, again, that one doesn't have to look any further than the #1 position to know who is the man of the match. Peter Shilton. But for him, we will be telling a very different tale from Silesia. Minute and a half, I make it on my watch. What the referee makes that counts, of course. Poles go away and build for the European Championship. Certainly they've been a far better side than played at Wembley, predictably so. And their performance in the first half will give some hope to them. But they will want to know why they dropped off from that standard in the second. Here's Pertok. David Rocastle has got there with the back pass, and we're inside the last minute. Waddle in possession, able to turn with some comfort. Beardsley, Waddle, Lineker.
Well, one man, as much as any, will be delighted, is that man picking the ball up there, Peter Shilton, 40 years of age, looking forward to a World Cup final. Probably remembering in Italy what happened to Dino Zoff at a similar age when he played in a World Cup final.
Would of course give Peter Shilton the chance to establish a new record to pass Pat Jennings' record if England do well enough. Matches before and in it, if we're there, but it's not all over yet here. And that's not a bad try, it came off the crossbar. Shilton beaten for the first time, and it came rattling back off the crossbar. Really thumping drive from Bashika, and it was above the hand of Shilton and smacked back off the crossbar. Poles have an injured player. We're into the time for stoppages now, and England getting home with a smack of wood. And the final whistle goes, and the touch of wood as England make their way to the World Cup finals. A few whistles for the Poles, who caused us so many problems in the first half, but run out of any real pace and finally ideas in the second. England have made it, but not a memorable performance.
Barry Davies' name going up in Polish there. There's the position at the moment. Sweden, of course, have got their final match in Poland, but England are through. We won't go into the mathematics of it. I know it's supposed to be only the top team in this group, but England are through with that point. But by heavens, they scared us, Bob, didn't they?
Yes. I was just thinking that we've played a lot of matches, you know, where we've not really been proud because of the attitude, it appears. But I suppose at the end of the day, they will say that they played a good defensive game and they've qualified, which is the reason that they went. But I still would think that the players wouldn't be very pleased with themselves and their performance there. And I mean, imagine that goal going in, that one not hitting
right
the bar, but going
there.
in.
Yeah, we
in the last
it,
minute with no time to pull it back again, and we would possibly have been out of the World Cup.
What will the press say about Bobby Robson tomorrow after that, do you think? Not good on the day, and
they
prospects for the World Cup
won't be very
finals?
kind. They won't be very kind. But if you analyse what went wrong with that, because we all agreed that that was probably the best team that England could put out.
Yeah.
They didn't look fit. Right, that was the first thing. Why that happened, I don't know at this stage of the season, but they looked heavy-legged for some reason in that game. Mentally, you can understand them wanting to stay back in numbers because they knew as long as it was 0-0, they were all right. So there's an excuse mentally for guys saying, well, as long as I'm goal side, I'm okay. So that approach, maybe you could forgive them for a bit. But when you look at the contrast between what happens in our league football with midfield players and other players, when they get the ball, they pass it. When they're pressurised, they pass the ball.
Yeah.
What
the skill factor was with them today.
What the Poles did, they left the first man for dead, and it destroyed us. As they were pressurised...
They still didn't score, though, and
no, they didn't, but that was only the grace of God and the crossbar. I mean, that
I'm trying to get you to stop talking.
Are you really?
Yeah, just for a second.
But I get...
I'll tell you why.
That's the real lesson from it. Our players have got to learn to take on the first opponent and beat him if we want to get back.
Because I want to see, or I think the people want to see, those Republic of Ireland goals that went in today. If you haven't seen them before, Big Jack's team, of course, against Northern Ireland. Let's see those goals again.
Whelan. Oh, Whelan! Quick thinking by Ronnie Whelan as Dunlop punched the ball, and he didn't get enough distance. What quick thinking it was by the Liverpool player. Staunton, who hooked the ball in, and maybe Dunlop was at fault here. He was under pressure. He didn't punch the ball far enough. Ronnie Whelan was so quick to see the opportunity and right in by the foot of the post. Sheedy with the second corner. Away by Whiteside. Whelan beautifully played out to Sheedy. Inviting left foot. Cascarino! Tony Cascarino's fifth international goal has put the Republic firmly in the driving seat against Northern Ireland. It was a beautiful cross in by Kevin Sheedy, and Cascarino, who had a good first half, out-jumps the defenders and puts it wide of Dunlop. Houghton, Townsend showed too much of that, did he, to Maldonaki. Morris, Townsend looks around and finds that he's got space and time. Sheedy, Houghton. Oh, beautiful goal! 3-0. Good little bit of footwork by Houghton to get free of his marker, and then drilled it wide of Dunlop and just inside the post.
Well, the Republic of Ireland are almost there. England are in Italy, and those finals will, as ever, I'm sure, produce some scintillating football and great moments. They always have done in the past. Bobby, birthday boy here, happy birthday, Bob, has been involved in quite a few of them.
Now it's Charlton, Bobby Charlton, hand on the right. Maybe a shot from Charlton. It's worth trying. Beauty. It's Pelé. Oh, it's a goal! Pelé has scored for Brazil. Garincha. You see, he could do it too. Oh!
Simões bending one for Torres. Eusebio. Oh, my word!
This Portuguese defence terribly unsettled. Ick. Now Cook. He must score. He must score.
And here comes Hurst. He's got some people are on the pitch. They think it's all over. It is now. It's 4. On the right, and it's 4! Oh, that was delightful football.
Forward deflected Nathan. Breaking in the middle, Cruyff. 2-0. Fuller. And again, 2-1.
Luque, waiting for it to line right. Oh, brilliant goal! Brilliant goal by Luque. Gamble. Good play by Gamble, and again. 21! Okay. Pickford! 1-0. Socrates. Found the angle. Found a beauty! Magnificent goal.
Hey there! Oh! And it's been put in!
To Falcao.
What is right there?
Gomes up there, shot by Tardelli, and Paolo Rossi was there again.
Marco Tardelli!
Aguirre, Negrete! Magnificent! Lineker far side, coming in on it now! Magnificent goal!
Maradona. Going at them again. Brilliant run by Maradona. Fantastic goal!
He has Burchaga to his left and Valdano to his left. He won't need any of them. Oh, you have to say that's magnificent.
All order for 6 feet 3 inch Ewan Roberts, the 21-year-old Watford forward who makes his international debut for Wales in the enforced absence of those suspended players Ian Rush and Mark Hughes. Roberts, watched by his proud mum and dad, plays alongside his former Watford colleague Malcolm Allen, now with Norwich, but there'll be no communication problem there because both are Welsh-speaking. Dean Saunders of Derby will have a right-sided role. At the back, Peter Nicholas will play behind Jeff Hopkins and Gavin Maguire of Portsmouth, another 21-year-old who wins his second cap. Kevin Ratcliffe, Mark Hazelwood and Barry Horn are all out injured. So too, from the Dutch point of view, is Ruud Gullit. Marco van Basten starts on the bench, but their AC Milan colleague Frank Rijkaard is playing. So is Ronald Koeman of Barcelona, and the former Nottingham Forest favourite Hans van Breukelen is in goal. And the Wales keeper, Neville Southall, captains his country for the first time tonight. The Dutch well recall Neville's superlative display against them in Amsterdam last year when Wales lost 1-0. Much of the flavour of tonight's occasion supplied by some 3,000 Dutch fans, and as their team kick off, the mathematics suggest that a draw here tonight might be sufficient for Holland. They still have to play Finland at home, but rather like England earlier in the day, they commence saying that they're going for a win. They've only got one out-and-out striker, though, at the moment on the pitch, and that's Wim Kieft. is, in fact, tangling very early on with Jeff Hopkins, who may well be marking him. Kieft is number 9. It was Nicholas, and there was a bit of foot up there. Indirect free kick for dangerous play. This is Koeman. We've seen before just how prepared Ronald Koeman is to shoot from distance. And he certainly can strike the ball, usually better than that. And Saunders darting in here. This is Hopkins. Vichka. Wouters back to Hopkins. That's going to be the corner. Jeff Hopkins getting his head to the ball. And that means that Rutjes, the number 3, will go forward for Holland to join Kieft and Rijkaard. And here comes Kieft. Southall out in the crowd. Koeman. Wouters, foul by Bowen. Holland conducting their first proper inquiry of the Welsh defence here. Ronald Koeman will take it. Oh, and that's the first goal! And Rutjes got in front of the defenders, and Holland are in front. "12 minutes gone, Koeman bends it in, and Rutjes there just arrived. Well, it was nearly a free header. He got free somehow from his marker, and it was well placed. So Graham Rutjes of Mechelen in Belgium scores his first international goal. There's a foul by Coates on Roberts. Williams and Phillips are the players nearest to the ball for the Welsh. Phillips, of course, does strike a good shot. Dutch have formed the wall. Maguire hit it, and Van Breukelen scrambled to get down to it. That was a good effort from Gavin Maguire. Another lad who's being watched by his parents very proudly here tonight. In fact, he qualifies because his mother is Welsh. Here's Dean Saunders, Malcolm Allen, and now Phillips to strike one. It hit Rijkaard, and Van Breukelen comes to meet Saunders. Foul, won't count the shot. Saunders penalised for the challenge on Van Breukelen. Well, we're not short of shots on goal in this match. That was a bit clumsy, and he would have been offside technically as well, Saunders, when Allen smacked the ball in the net. Frank Rijkaard may have taken a knock. He did come over to the bench, and he hasn't had quite the freedom of movement in the last 5 or 10 minutes. Mind you, if you've got the likes of Van Basten and John Bosman on the bench, as the Dutch have, there are alternatives. Blackmore. It's Blackmore again. There's plenty of players forward here for Wales. Phillips. Good strike by David Phillips. Once of Coventry and Manchester City, now of Norwich. Bowen looked like a by Roaches there. Gives Wales a free kick about 25 yards out. Well, Maguire struck the last one from here. Wonder if Phillips will take over this time. Now it's Maguire again. Oh, and Van Breukelen, he may well be pointing at the people in front of him, but it seemed to